Hello, my name's Ben Doltz. I'm a freelance writer. I've been writing full-time since 2011, and before that I was an engineer for 25 plus years. I'm making this video to introduce a series of videos I'm making on how to use Microsoft Word as a screenwriting software tool. So you can write screenplays using Word. And as you can see, I'm in my office. I'm not a YouTuber. I'm not sponsored by Microsoft or Final Draft. So enough of my yammering. Let's get into it. I like to use Microsoft Word as screenwriting software. So the thumbnail that I had up there, or the title slide, that wasn't clickbait. That wasn't me trying to be cute. I actually live that. I use Word as screenwriting software. I prefer it to Final Draft for a number of reasons. I'm going to be making a series of videos showing you how to set Word up to use as screenwriting software and back that statement up. So as an introduction to those videos, I want to put this out because there are questions as to, can I use Word as screenwriting software? If so, how do I set it up? And usually then people follow that up with, is it right for me? So as you get into those questions, let's provide some answers. You already know my answer because it was the first slide I put up. And why do I feel that way? Why do I think Word wins against Final Draft on some fronts? In other words, what advantages does Word have over Final Draft? First one's obvious. Look, many of us have Word and it can be used as screenwriting software, so the cost to write screenplays is zero versus Final Draft. The list price is over $200. So that's a pretty attractive reason to start with. Then you get into flexibility. Word is very flexible. It's a powerful software package that's been around for a while. They've got a lot of things right there that allows you to do pretty much anything if you need to create a document. So it's way more flexible on setting things up and doing just about any type of document you want versus spending hundreds of dollars for screenwriting software that writes screenplays. Some of them are starting to try to, I see more commonly now that they're offering a novel writing feature, a book writing feature, a manuscript writing feature. So they're trying to get into that, but Word gets into all of that. You could do a book report, a wedding invitation. They're just about anything that you need to create in writing, you can do in Word. So it is more flexible. There's no debate about that. And these are the first two reasons that came up when I asked some of the writers I know, and I did a bunch of searches, like internet searches, AI, and so on. And these are the first two reasons that almost always came up. In the background, every now and then, I would get a third reason, and that would be collaboration. Now, I got cute here. If you notice, I did introduce this as second because I think it's the second most important advantage that Word has over something like Fade In or Arc Studio or Celtex, or most of those are very limited when it comes to collaboration. The industry standard, you have to generate a code, send it to the other users. They have to get the code, put it in, and sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't. It can be glitchy. It's just cumbersome overall. The other limitation with this code setup they have is it does set up a session, and you can only work together during that session. When you have Word, and if you have OneDrive that you use with it, the sharing and joint editing, you can literally edit the document at the same time with comments. It's just smoother, easier, and I think it has a clear advantage over the screenwriting software packages that are out there. So in summary, well, first of all, with those of you with sharp eyes will notice I was writing a screenplay. So I actually do, you can see I actually do screenwrite in Word. And that still leaves us with our one big question that's kind of hanging out there. You can see, yes, Word can write screenplays and it can do it very well, but should you? Is it right for you? That is still the one question. The answer for that is, I still think it's probably yes, but it's a maybe. I acknowledge right up front, Final Draft is the industry standard. If you work for a big studio and you're worrying about casting calls and shooting scripts and all that kind of stuff that gets you into production, then Final Draft is probably right for you. But if you're just a writer trying to write a speculative script or a spec script, Word is more than enough. And I think that's a lot of us out there. So that's why I say yes, maybe, probably I could put on this slide. But the answer is yes for a lot of people. So then that gets us into how do you do it. So what I plan on doing is sharing what I've learned over the years, how I've set my template up, and all the tricks and tips to setting Word up to be just about as powerful as a Final Draft piece of software. And we'll have to do that in a series of videos. Explaining some of these things is actually longer than doing them, and some of them are a little bit complex. So breaking this up into a multi-part series makes sense. And I'll be releasing the first two parts very soon. The first part's going to be on setting the page up, all the little details that the page needs, the margins, the font, the styles, all those little details on how to get that page set up right will be part one. Then the styles that you use for your screenplay elements will be part two. How do you set those up? How do you get them into the template in a way that you can use them quickly, that makes it so that you can just worry about writing the screenplay and not have to worry about formatting each element inside the document. So thanks for viewing this far. I appreciate it very much. If you're viewing this on YouTube, please click like and subscribe. It does help. And I hope to see you in the next video. Thanks again.